crucial when we look to in today's era. Now, secondarily, we'd like to observe that everything has to be linked back to the quality of education. You can't just have external impacts on society. They all need to be linked back to the quality of education, as the resolution calls so. Let's look at the contention level debate, starting with contention one, perpetual race, sexism. The number one problem is contention, even if you buy it, they don't ever actually link it to the quality of education, right? So even if you accept all their warrants and all their links, they never actually link it to the quality of education, and because it has no weight, it's fair. But now let's look at why they're wrong. They're based on this premise that we're separating classes because boys are X and girls are Y. However, that's not why we're separating classes. Specifically, in case we tell you that we're doing so, because there are distractions when we cross genders that are essentially provide a negative effect on learning. And when we separate genders, those negative distractions are taken away. And because of this, we're not going to be teaching them sexist ways. But additionally, their whole contention is based on this premise that we're going to reduce the ability to interact with the following gender. Remember, we're debating same-sex classrooms, not same-sex schools. This is crucial because that means even if I'm like an all-male math class, I can go out to lunch, I can go out to recess, I can go to extracurricular activities and interact with the following gender. That means that this whole stigma against females or males is not going to be happening. But additionally, trying this point against them, we actually solve for sexism in two ways. Number one, single gender classrooms allow us to effectively treat it. Look to Amanda Datno of the Ford Foundation tells you that in California, when they implemented single-sex classrooms, the teachers actually took it upon themselves to address gender equality and make it a priority when they were teaching it. Secondarily, we're removing social pressures. Look to Abigail James of the University of Virginia, and she tells you that essentially when we look to single-sex classrooms, they have less stereotyping. She explains that stereotyping is a product of essentially social pressures that are created when we cross genders. And when we isolate these genders, these social pressures go away, and stereotyping therefore goes down. So if you're going to vote off sexism, you have to vote to the affirmative side. Now let's go to contention two. Let's talk about how the co-ed educational system is better. So my first response is this is non-unique. Remember, extend my observation. We're telling you this is an opt-in and opt-out system. That means in the pro world, you have both single-sex classrooms and co-educational classrooms. But additionally, my second response is the resolution is not calling us to debate whether or not single-sex classrooms are the absolute best way to improve the quality of education. We just have to prove that there's a net improvement. So regardless if co-educationals are good or not, it doesn't matter. We're just debating whether or not single-sex classrooms are good. But now additionally, look at what they're telling you. And first off, their evidence from Wisconsin, there's a major flaw in their evidence because at the last sentence in the abstract of the study, it says, this evidence does not apply to ethnic minorities in the United States. That's going to be extremely crucial because when you cross-apply our setting intention, it's specifically about low-income, at-risk students, which their study does not account for. That being said, you can extend our Troy evidence from the University of Pennsylvania and the Harvard evidence from the University of California, San Diego. And we tell you that low-income students essentially have certain distractions such as alcohol abuse, violence, and personal instability, and these are best treated when we separate genders. And because we can see that academic performance actually goes up. But additionally, look at what they're telling you. They're essentially saying that, oh, they're more likely to go to like higher math classes or whatever. But remember, we look to single-sex classrooms. Look to the logic we give you in our third contention. Essentially, you're more likely to do something if you perceive yourself as being good at that. And specifically, look at the evidence from the European Engineering Society, and then we tell you that people that graduate from single-sex classrooms perceived their ability to be better, and because they had a higher perception, they were more likely to go into these high STEM classes. So if you're going to vote off that, you have to vote for the pro side. So we do a quick cost-benefit analysis, judges. You know that on the entire con case, they don't actually show you any harms of affirming, right? They don't tell you single-sex classrooms reduce the education in any way. Even if you buy the first intention, they don't show you any negative impacts. Even if you buy their second intention, they don't show you any negative impacts. So when we employ a cost-benefit analysis, there's literally nothing else except the